You are listening to the 2.5 Weebs podcast, a show where two veteran anime fans drag a newbie down the rabbit hole of waifus, isekai, and fan service, as well as the happenings in the gaming world. Enjoy.
All right. Hello. Welcome to another episode of 2.5 Weebs. How are you guys doing today? Comfy, Copper? Hope you guys been well.
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Doing all right. How have you been, Copper?
Busy. So I've been trying to take the weekend off as much as I can.
How's that going?
Okay-ish.
Yeah, that's good. Good luck with that. I hope you're able to pull off what you want to.
No, he can't take off his pants until it's time to go to sleep, though.
What does pants have to do with work?
You said you want him to take off what he wants to.
And I don't wear pants, so that.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's hard to take off something that you weren't wearing in the first place.
I guess.
That's how they get you.
Sure.
That's the trick.
Right.
All right. So, do we need to talk about anything ahead of time?
Yeah, we might as well get in front of it and just talk about it. So, after this podcast episode, we are going to be taking a indefinite hiatus from the podcast. We feel like it's kind of gotten a little bit stale for us, and we want to possibly come back and reformat it after a break, but we're not sure. I think we all want to keep it going, but we all, at least me, I just feel like it's not something I really enjoy doing every week anymore. So a short break and then possibly coming back with like a reformat be something we could all make well and make us, enjoy doing it again. We always joke about how I don't like anime. I really, I don't. There are shows that I have enjoyed despite them being animes, and that's always been the point of this podcast. And it was, there have been some that I have found. Weekly Jams and Jellies review cast, possibly. This is going to be...
I was kicked out of the Jams and Jellies of the Month Club.
Oh, okay.
So, that is a little bit of a sore subject for me. I don't know about you guys,
okay.
But...
I mean, if you weren't sending them photos you covered in the Jams and Jellies, they wouldn't have kicked you out.
Listen, I thought that they should know what I was doing with the Jams and Jellies of the Month Club. Maybe I got a little weird during Plum Month, okay?
They assume everybody is doing that, especially with the plums. I mean, they're the right size and shape. That's where they usually go.
They can go anywhere. It's incredible.
Can the jellies
what have
go?
We done?
Can the jellies go deeper? Is that where we're going with this?
The jellies allow you to go deeper.
Okay, that works too.
I have clearly started a conversation I had no intention of finishing.
It happens.
And
I always intend to finish. So
there you go.
Don't be worried. Right. I will get us both there.
But yeah, we all, I think I can say that we all want to come back again and do it after we figure out what we want it to be and how we want to adjust it.
It's the smart thing right now to look at it and say, you know what? It's not what we want it to be. And if us taking a short break and trying to figure stuff out, or even a longer break if necessary, comes up with something better for you guys, then I will gladly do it.
Right. Because as someone who rarely finds an anime that he actually enjoys, then has to watch 4 others that he just doesn't like. And I don't have time to watch the ones I enjoy because I have to make myself watch the ones I don't like. It just makes me not enjoy it.
It's exhausting.
Honestly. It can be exhausting to do something where you're not enjoying yourself.
So
cool.
These two are these two love anime, and they're very passionate about it. And I'm just like,
and I love things that horrify comfy.
Yes. But you know what I did yesterday?
I have pretty good bars on what is it? On what bullies me.
But yeah, the other day I found a little bit of extra time and I watched some more Black Lagoon and I was like, okay, all right. So it's like there are shows that I do find that I want to watch, but then when it's if I find time and I don't have a lot of time, so
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at. We don't really have an estimate on when and if we'll come back. I think.
Yeah, we don't know, but we want to put that out at the very beginning so you guys know, hey, this is it.
We wanted to do an episode where we address it rather than just have the next episode never come back, because that has happened to a few podcasts that I listen to, and it never is like. I'd always rather have them.
Things that are going on.
But yeah, that's something that the three of us will discuss somewhere else, not live or being recorded or anything like that, so we can really yell at each other and nobody can yell at us.
We have more information that we can give.
Right.
We can give
I'm not
that
recorded? Yeah.
We don't have it right now, and we don't know when we will. Hopefully soon, but
Yeah.
We're all playing it by ear. We're trying to figure out what's best for us, what's best for you, and we're gonna try to make it work.
Yep. But yeah, that aside, this week we watched Sing yesterday for me. We watched the first 3 episodes of this. Was there? No, there wasn't a dub.
Which is almost half the series, I think. It's only
Really?
8 episodes.
It's an 18 episode.
Is it the whole
episodes?
series?
It is. It is going to be an 18 episode anime. They're currently on episode 8 right now.
Yeah, so it's about we watched
gotcha.
roughly half of what's out. Yeah.
Very close to
what's
half of
out
what's
so
out.
far? I thought that was going to be like the whole series. Like, well, shit. All right, that not super long.
This is like.
No, but
this is probably one of the least animes I've ever watched.
Yeah, this is very
Real
slice of life.
Yeah.
Where they remove the comedy from the slice of life genre, which they would usually go hand in hand.
There's usually some form of like
something lighthearted,
comic relief, lightheartedness. Nah, this just like kicked my ass emotionally.
Yeah, if you have had relationships that weren't reciprocated in the past, or have had like family troubles, there's a bunch in here that's going to kick people square in the nuts.
Yeah, I think we've all kind of had experiences.
Brutal, but it's so good. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it, and don't get me wrong, I definitely cried after the first episode, a lot.
How did the first one end?
The first one ended when he walks up to the girl that he liked for years and never talked to her, and he said, "I love you. Like, can we make this work?" And she just looks at him and says, "Can't we just be friends?"
Yeah, he basically got friend zoned kind of right off the get go.
It wasn't even like friend zone. It was brutal. It was just like she didn't say anything about it. She was like, "Can't we just be friends?" Like,
yeah, and he's like, and then you find out why. She's like,
oh man,
then she's like, "Yeah, I can't date you because I'm still in love with somebody else, and they're dead. So you're competing with a ghost in a memory. So good fucking luck."
Right.
Yeah. Like it's.
And here's the thing: like when these two met, like the brother died 6 years ago, right? From that point.
Right.
So when you find out about it, and it's been a year since they finished college, and he's only known her since college. So college is a 4-year degree. So he's known her for 5 years. So this guy died a year before she started college, which is where he met her and fell in love with her then. So she was full on grieving at that point, and then has continued to grieve, of course, from that point forward, and has never gotten over them because she's never addressed it.
Right.
And she kind of basically has known the whole time they've been friends and that he's liked her, and she's done nothing to address the situation.
Right.
She's done nothing to address it, hasn't talked to him about it, and hasn't given him any better expectations about what their relationship might be in the future.
Because she just couldn't address it.
She's very aware of it, and she's like, "I don't want to like lead you on or anything, man." Like,
she's like, "I am sorry for like leading you on and never addressing this, but can we just be friends? Because I can't, like, I just can't." And he's like, "I can't be friends with you." This is basically where they get to. And it's like, yeah.
I mean, I think we've all. I mean, I know I've had that situation basically where you get friend zoned. It's like, oh well. I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? It happens.
I've never been friend zoned.
My name's Copper. People like me.
I have been her though, because one of my ex, well, they are an ex because they died, did actually die in a car accident. So
sucks.
Yeah, so I've been on the other end. So this is it's a show, like, it's a good show, but if you're not ready for stuff that's emotional, that probably will upset you, because as Comfy and you have said, like, there's a lot of emotional stuff here, and most people have gone through some sort, like, where they can relate to these characters in some way. Like the three that were the main ones that were revolving around. And
so we have 4 main characters. We have just to give a little more to the people that don't know what we're all talking about, because we did kind of dive into talking about the meta discussion.
We did, yes.
So there's 4 main characters. You have your good boy who's working at a convenience store to make ends meet. He's a college graduate but never really got a job. Feels kind of worthless. He is in love with the girl he went to college with, and then when and he gets news that she's moving into Tokyo, where he is currently living, because she's going to be a teacher at a local high school.
Yep.
While he's working at the convenience store, he also meets this girl, Haru, who is clearly infatuated with him and in love with him.
And also, should be noted, she's been in love with him and infatuated with him for years.
And he had never even known her until recently, like when she actually introduced herself kind of at the gas station.
Yeah, she finally got up to the courage to say, hi.
He was and this is actually a trick that people's minds will tell on, that your mind will tell on you. It happens very, very commonly. If you have one positive interaction with an individual, you can create this entire persona around them based on who you think they might be. And that's kind of what she did. She met this guy one time when she was like 14, and he was just nice to her as a human being, because he's a nice guy. He's not like a garbage human. He's not like, he's not anything special, but he's also not like bad. And so she was like, wow, this person was nice to me and cared for me without even knowing who I was, and basically built up this who she's in love with. And then she finally met him and was introduced to him, and still continues to have those feelings for him. So
yeah, it seems like she had a good idea about what type of person he is and who he was before, like, because she was basically trying to pursue him and just not really kind of getting anywhere,
right?
Because she wouldn't take the step where it's introducing herself. So they don't really say how old she is either. Oh no, they do at the very end of episode 3. Yeah, at the end of episode 3, you find out she's 18.
Conveniently,
yes.
Because up until that point, all you knew about her is that she was in high school, was a student of our other person, and since she teaches high school, it's like correct. And she left high school, like she dropped out. So there's no indication of age up until at that point. So. It's
yeah,
like,
they don't.
Shit, she could be like 17, like
only
something like that.
thing you really know about her is she's under 20.
Yes,
that's the only thing you know, and that's because 20 is the legal drinking age in Japan, and they mention that she works at a bar, and there's consistently like, is that okay? Or do your parents know, etc., etc. Not necessarily like, oh, we know her age and who she is and all of that, but we just have like a general idea of, yeah. She's not as old as the rest of the main characters.
Right.
Yeah, because he's.
I would
don't think they mention his age, but if he went to college at 18, which is probably the norm in Japan, coming right out of high school.
Because they generally go straight from 18 into college, and it
didn't seem like he took a year off or anything like that. So it would be 5 years later. So he's 23, 24 at most, I would say.
That is a very fair assumption, I believe.
Probably.
Which, still at that age, 24 to 18, can be a pretty big age difference.
It is. Yeah. But the thing is, like, their age is a weird thing too. Because as you get older, that age difference means significantly less.
So much less. Right. Yeah, it means so much less as you get older.
Yeah, I know people that have marriages that they've been married for like 20 plus years, and they have like large age differences between them, and they're happy as clams because it's just they have a good relationship, and that's what it ended up being as the important part.
It's harder when you're younger, because people are immature, right? And men and women mature differently. Women mature faster than guys. So, guys don't really mature super great until they're like mid to late 20s. Like, a lot of them are still kind of shitheads when they're 18, 19.
Oh no, all of them are still shitheads. Trust me,
Pretty much.
I know
yeah.
this.
We've all been there. We've all
We're
been them.
We're all assholes, guys.
I
That's true.
don't know what you mean. I'm still 15.
Wow. The amount of things we've discussed with you make that illegal. We're going to prison, Comfy. Are you prepared for that?
Listen, no.
Companies are going to
Yeah,
prison for
I
other
don't want
things.
to. Yeah. Okay.
Why am I going to prison?
I don't know.
I
For
put
what?
your name on all the documents.
Because
God damn.
bad jokes. All right.
He put my name on all of his documents for when he broke the laws. This is it. It's been a good time, guys. I really enjoyed my time as a free human being, but obviously that is
It's
ending
over.
shortly.
It's over now.
So it's been cool.
Yep. So, so that kind of in the first episode, you get introduced to Haru and to the main character, whose name? What is his name?
Oh, why can't I think of it? I was so
I never remember anybody's names.
The thing is too, I've been trying really hard to keep track of names in anime because
Right.
it is difficult sometimes,
It
especially
really
because
is.
we are very American Eurocentric in terms of names,
Right.
and then Japan is obviously not because they're Japanese.
Yeah,
Right.
especially in this show where they're not using, outrageous names or Western names. It's very, very grounded. So they're using, traditional, typical Japanese name.
Nonaka Haru
Yes.
is the girl who falls in love with our main
Right.
character. She has her little pet crow that she's super sweet with.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yes.
about the crows.
mm.
Caw-caw.
And then the main character, why can't I remember his name?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. We're not Googling anything on the side.
Riku, Sherry says.
Rikuo. So we have
Rikuo,
Rikuo,
yeah.
who's our main character. We have Haru Nonaka, who's called both Nonaka and Haru, depending on who you ask.
Right.
And we have our other main woman, it's not
Shinako.
a girl, which is Shinako.
And she's basically only called Shinako. And then we have Ro Hayakawa, who is Shinako's childhood friend and the brother of the dude that's dead that she's in love with.
Oh yes. Yeah. That's yep.
Dude, okay. Also, man, that scene where the dude's brother just walks in and is like, "You're not good enough for her," man, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was just kind of brutal because I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, what's the context of
Uh-oh.
Comfy?
Uh-oh.
Comfy, come back.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties with some things. Comfy's internet died for a minute, so he had to reboot his router and all that stuff. So he's back. So we're good. We're going to pick up where we left off without hitting a beat. What the fuck were we talking about?
we were talking about, we were introducing the characters. We just needed to finally introduce the final main character, which is the brother of the dead guy.
Right. We did just mention him.
And
Yes.
so
We didn't get his. So aside from the brother, we didn't get the dead guy's name. You notice
No,
that?
I guess not.
You know what? You're right. We didn't.
They
Right.
just mentioned it's the brother, and she's like, "I was in love with this guy," and then when the brother's talking about him, he's like, "It was my brother," because why wouldn't you say
bring up
that?
an excellent point. I didn't even think
But
about that.
No one mentions this guy's actual name. They mentioned he had a heart problem, that he died. Like,
Right.
And that she was like the caretaker for him while all of that was happening.
yeah, she
Right.
was in love with him, so she, was always over there taking care of him, looking after him, that type of thing, which
Right.
apparently annoyed him.
I mean,
'Cause-
Oh. He probably just didn't want her to. I don't know.
Die.
He probably had a good idea that he was probably going to die. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, looking
it was
at the
probably
math, it's pretty reasonable to assume that he's gonna die.
Yeah, and he was probably like, "Look, you can't keep wasting your time on me all the time. Like, you need to go,
Live your own
live your life, enjoy high school. Like, you're only a high school student once. Like, come on now. Like, get."
I don't know. You could be like Adam Sandler. Go back to school in a movie. That was great. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely,
All right.
definitely watched that movie.
You didn't like Billy Madison?
I haven't watched it.
What?
I don't watch a lot of movies, dude.
Oh my God! You need to watch
You
Billy
also
Madison.
got to remember how old Comfy is.
That's true. That is true. So, anywho,
I mean, even
yeah, he's just the dead guy Breakless. You are correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets our main character Rikuo gets told about that by his little brother, and then I think he shows up at her house. Is like, okay, I get it, yada yada yada. But I can't be friends with you because there would be ulterior motives, yada yada yada. And then he just lives his normal I'm a gas station worker life. Haru?
Haru, yeah.
Yeah, Haru keeps showing up, trying to get some attention and time to spend with him and whatnot. Eventually he agrees to go see a movie with her.
Yeah, go see like a monster movie, and she's very clear. She's like, let's be one of the couples that goes see stupid monster movies and stuff.
Yeah, she makes a joke and it like weirds him out, and then she's like, "Well, fine then. Like, you know, give me
All right,
back
I'm
if you don't
out."
want to go." And he's like, "Who said I didn't want to go?" And
She's very excited.
yeah, she's insanely excited because of course she is. Why wouldn't she be?
Right.
And then we run into a problem because the other girl falls sick, and he's like, well, she helped take care of me when, you know, I had a fever, so he goes over, you know, to her place to help take care of her, and then he falls asleep. Whoops. And because he fell asleep, he actually misses the
Is that what happened? Okay, I have something.
Yeah, so he falls asleep and accidentally sleeps through. They were set to meet at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there. It cuts to her sitting there. It's 11:30. She's like, maybe he's running late. Cuts again. She's 12:30. She tries calling him because she has his house phone because somebody gave it to her, and he's not picking up. And she's just sad and terrified. He wakes up at this other girl's apartment, and it's 3 p.m, and he just screams, "Oh shit!" Grabs his stuff and starts sprinting. Obviously, Haru's not at the movie theater anymore.
Okay,
No.
is this? I 1 second. This is the ironic part because I fell asleep during that bit, and I missed it, and I don't remember. I was clearly engrossed in this TV show. But yeah, I woke up right when she was sitting at his apartment stairway. Like, what the fuck? Where were you? I was worried about you.
Yeah, she thought something had happened to him because he wasn't answering his phone and stuff like that. Turns out, no, he just, you know, passed out at this other girl's place. And,
Because he was taking care of her because she was sick.
you know,
But
he tells her
That
why,
doesn't.
and then, and then she gets upset that, you know,
She straight up says, like, you should have lied to me about this. Like, why
Right.
couldn't you tell me a white lie?
Right.
Which, to be fair, like, he was doing what he thought was right by telling the truth, but man,
Come on. Nobody ever told him to say, yes, Grandma, I love this ugly sweater you made me. Please. Come on.
yeah, like, at that point, it would have been easier to say I overslept because that's the truth, but not the whole truth.
Yes, exactly.
it would have been, however, we
He's an
have
honest
seen
dude.
he's very, very honest as a person,
Yeah.
probably to a
Fucking
fault,
honesty.
really, and because of it, he's like, you know, I was taking care of this girl, and he has been very clear with her from the get-go that, you know, he's not interested in her romantically, despite you know, her being so he's like, nothing is gonna come out of this for you. You might end up getting hurt. Like, he's been very upfront with her,
Right.
and you know, she's, you know, from the get-go said, you know, that's fine. I don't, you know, expect anything. You know, that kind of blah blah blah. And then she's like, and I ended up getting hurt.
Right.
And you know, she's like, yeah, it's my fault.
Right.
So it's not like she didn't blame him for her getting hurt.
Right. She blamed herself for basically putting so much effort into it when she was kind of knowing that it might end up just being one-sided.
Putting effort in and having expectations. Like she literally says the reason she got hurt is because
Yes.
despite what she said, she had like,
She wasn't being honest. She absolutely had expectations regardless of what she was saying.
Right.
And
he
she's
warned her,
very
like,
aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's rough. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a rough thing. Like, and it's not like that's kind of super relatable too for a lot of people that where they're like, yeah, I can, be friends with this person who, I've got feelings for, or, who admitted they have, feelings for me, and it'll be fine. There'll be no problems, no expectations or anything like that. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, how's that working for you, Chief?
Yeah.
it does
Going-
not
going
work
great.
well.
No, does not.
Would not recommend.
Yeah.
No, that's a highly not recommended thing.
So I feel like I could easily recommend this show, but at the same time, like I said, I fell asleep. So I clearly wasn't super into it, but I will. Like, it's a good show that's just not something.
It's not really a you thing,
Right.
Yeah,
it definitely isn't.
but
It's
you
a
can
good show.
absolutely see the appeal for other people.
Oh, absolutely. It's not like one of those shows where it's like, I don't even know who would want to watch this. There's a lot of people that would like the show. Just not me. And yeah, that's
It
fine.
had been, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It kind of felt a little too real at times.
Uh,
So
I like how it wasn't like it doesn't make everything all happy,
yeah.
to be honest, because that's
Also, like the animation quality, like just a small point.
it looks
wow.
good. It looks good.
It was really good. They did a lot of tiny, like human movements that people usually won't do because it takes a lot of effort to animate stuff, even small little jabs here and there.
Right.
But that one, like, this show has so many of those moments where they just do tiny little things. Like in the last episode, like one thing that really hit me was there was just a scene where the main character was sitting behind the convenience store and he crumpled up a cigarette. And it was like such a tiny little movement that didn't need to be done or shown or anything.
Right.
And it was really clean. It was really nice. And it just adds characterization.
Right. Like the character has some depth, and I do like the main character. He's like, yeah, I went to college and now I'm out of college, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to fucking do, so I'm just working part time at the gas station because
Yeah, he just kept his part-time job. He's like, oh, I don't really
yeah,
know what I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
which
his
everybody
only
can fucking relate to. Like,
Yeah. I don't know
only-
where I want to be.
right.
his only big interest seems to be photography, right?
Right.
So, and he's not pursuing that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't talk about it.
Right.
Like he doesn't really do anything about photography except for very, very much in the background.
Yeah, but like the show looked cool. It looked good. It's interesting characters that I don't dislike at all. It's just like the context is just kind of boring to me personally, but there's a lot of people who I think would like this.
Yeah, if you like
Slice of life.
sitcoms and like slice of life stuff, there's like this has a lot of appeal to that type of person.
Right.
You know, regardless of whether they watch anime or not, like it's going to be like up your alley more than likely.
Right.
It's just be aware that, you know, it's probably going to be a little on the too real side for some people.
Right.
I like being sad, so I like this show.
Wow.
Thank you. Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you don't mind shows making you sad, or you enjoy shows that make you sad, this is for you.
Sure.
On a real note, if a show can elicit any kind of emotion from you, it's probably a good show.
Right. Yeah.
That's my view on it.
Yeah.
And this show definitely made me feel things, and it did it really well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
Would
sure.
recommend.
Definitely would recommend.
Yeah, this
Wow.
is a really.
It's not
This is
very
probably
often
one of
that we all three agree on a show. So
This is probably one of the better shows we've looked at, like overall.
sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
no, I was very happy that it turned out to not be a bad pick.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's.
Man, was I stressed about that.
I don't think it's even most of our viewers type of show,
Probably not. I don't know though. Maybe.
but
I
it
mean,
is.
I think we skew very much towards like shonen majority of the
Probably.
time.
Yes.
Just knowing the demographic of who we have and
Yeah. Who are like the community members that we have?
Yeah.
Typically, yeah.
And that's fine. Like shonen's great. I love shonen shows. My Hero is awesome. But
Is it?
I'm sorry, didn't you stop after like 3 episodes because you didn't like the main character?
No, I watched the first 2 seasons and then
He's a couple seasons in.
yeah, I
will give him that. He is a couple
I
seasons
had
in.
to I had to stop. Well, I didn't have to, but I stopped after season 2 because there was no longer a dub on Hulu. So I waited for the dub to make it to Hulu, and then I started watching it. And I was like, yeah, I'm still out.
Damn.
Just I don't know. Like, what's with the okay? Let's be real. Those like cat paw ladies were pretty cringy.
Wait, are you saying you didn't like my cat girl waifus?
No, I did not.
Thanks everybody for tuning in for the final episode of 2.5 Weebs. We will not be returning or reworking the show.
Okay,
It's been a fun time.
fair enough.
I'm kidding.
Those are interesting characters though, because they don't really go into it, but like one of them, it's mentioned in the manga that like one of them is trans and stuff like that. So there's a little more backstory to those characters than they kind of go into. Because the cartoon, like the anime, is not always going to cover everything that's in a manga, just because of content reasons, things like that. So,
Well,
I mean,
like I
even-
was
Even
saying,
like Sailor Moon on that.
oh yeah, they edited the shit out of Sailor Moon for
Oh,
Western
man.
audiences.
Sailor Moon got weird for Western audiences because what was it, Jupiter and Saturn?
Jupiter and Saturn became cousins.
But
They
in the actual original, they were lovers.
Yeah, they're not related, and they are 100% lovers. There's also the fact they kind of gloss over how old Tuxedo Mask is, and how old, what's her Western name? Sabrina?
I don't know. I haven't watched Sailor Moon.
Her name in Japanese means bunny, right? So they changed her name for Western audiences for one. Anyways, she's like 14 in the original version, and he's done college.
Nice.
oh,
Very cool.
Like he is 100% a full adult, and she's like 14.
never go full
Yeah.
adult.
Okay,
So
Tuxedo Mask.
yeah, so it's like
Yikers.
his whole "I'm done here" thing. Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
So
But you didn't do anything.
All right.
love
Well,
that
now
scene.
there's that. So welcome to the Sailor Moon podcast.
Well, I mean, in
I was actually
terms of
drawing a
changing
picture of Sailor
stuff,
Moon when we were
also,
talking. So
a more recent show, Tower of God, changed the main character's name to fit with Japanese, because Bam in Korean means night.
Yep.
And his name is 25th Bam, the 25th night he was born on.
or Chestnut.
Or Chestnut. Yes, that does actually show up. And you've been reading Tower of God. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm assuming that's why you brought it up, because you hit that part.
I'm on the hell train right now.
Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, you're going through it pretty fast.
Working
So,
on the hell train.
So yeah, in the anime, the Japanese dub, he is Yoru, because Yoru means night in Japanese.
Yes. So they kind of kept his name. It's just they localized name, which they do sometimes. With Sailor Moon, they just straight up altered her name
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, so
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
get
there's
it.
a lot of names that are much harder for English audiences because we're dumb. So
Yes.
How dare you? I am
gotta be
very smart. I can't believe you would say that. I feel attacked.
Should.
Oh, okay. That's fine. So normally we kind of discuss what we're going to cover next, but yeah,
we don't have to.
right.
Skipping that section.
Oh, there was something I
however-
wanted to bring up when we were talking earlier about how I didn't watch My Hero or didn't like it, and then we started on whatever that was. Like, I want to take some time now that I have a little bit more time to actually maybe watch some shit.
Go back to things.
Yeah, and see how I feel. Maybe I can figure out, like, discover some genres of anime that I enjoy more, and then if we that'll give us a good point to come back to, maybe, you know.
Yeah, no, find your niche, find what you're into.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll
Read
watch.
Tower of God.
Maybe I'll watch some more Attack on Titan because people are high. They speak highly of season 3.
Yeah, the whole you have to
Season
go through
2
season
was
2
12
probably.
episodes of boring ass world building.
Yeah, be aware season 2 is rough.
Shit, maybe I'll just read a Cliff's Notes version of season 2, maybe.
Honestly, like, as someone who is a fan of Attack on Titan and has watched it all and all that, I would say that a Cliff Notes of season 2 is probably totally okay.
Got it. All right,
Like,
maybe I'll just do that.
You brought up Sailor Moon. This is literally what I was doing when you were talking about that.
Oh my god, were you making one of the memes?
I am making one of the memes.
Oh, which one is that?
It's the whole draw the Sailor Moon thing.
Oh, did you get DM'd?
I don't know who started it, but I love it so much. It's so good. Stop. Listen, Attack on Titan season 2 is just 12 episodes of boring ass world building.
Got it.
Yeah, it kind of needs to be there, but you also kind of wish it wasn't there at all.
Right.
Like, it's kind of
yeah, it needs to be there because it makes everything in season 3 weigh so much more. But like season 3 is so good, and season 2 is like, yeah. Hey guys,
like there's no way. There's no good way to put it. You're probably not going to like that season.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's nothing against anybody. It's literally just that season. It's kind of.
It's very slow, and if you don't want slow, you're not gonna have a good time.
Right.
Is it bad that it's slow? No, it actually kind of needs to be, but it doesn't make for the most entertaining sit through.
I mean,
on the
season
first
1
time.
was pretty much just here's everyone dying. So
Yeah. I mean,
season
that
1 is like
a good bit of sense as well with
yeah,
the context of the world. Like, I wouldn't like if people did die in that show in some horrible ways, I would be calling bullshit on that show. Like, that's just that's how it is. Like, 'cause it wouldn't make sense, right, to have people go through and not die and whatnot in that show. So
right.
and the consensus going on right now is season 2 was booty, but it was necessary.
Yeah,
because it's
so I hope you don't hate it.
They do a lot of revealing and stuff. Oh, but so Copper, I did actually want to ask you about your opinions on the readings of Tower of God.
So, meaning?
So
like,
what are your thoughts on it now that you know where the first full season goes, and now that you've made it onto the Hell Train?
Like,
are you more on board or are you less on board?
I'm enjoying it. It's the story is interesting. The art has gotten better, which is nice.
Dude, man, I want to send you some stills of season 3 because it's full on like.
I will say, fuck that bitch.
Dude, right?
Right. Yeah. Carol Baskin?
Yeah.
Just to
not that one.
Oh, okay.
Just to keep things spoiler free, I'm gonna say fuck that bitch. That's
bitch.
It's great, and now I can send Copper memes about it too, which is so fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am 100% on like Goon's side about killing that bitch. Like 100%.
Oh yeah, no, dude, we like gotta go. It just gets so much more interesting, and I feel like he keeps building it up, and every time that you see like a glimpse of someone's true power, you also see a glimpse of somebody 18 levels higher than them.
Yeah.
So you're getting
like,
all of this cool
person. Then someone's like, he's only D rank. I'm B rank. I'm better than that bitch.
yeah.
Like,
well, it's like, and then the part where I'm at, they start talking about it was like, well, he fought a rancor. Like, what the hell? Like, wait, he fought a rancor and didn't die? Like, is that a thing? Can people do that? It's crazy, and I love the world that SIU built. Also, the fact that his name is SIU. Holy crap! How did he get published?
So it's an interesting read. Like, I do. Like, if you enjoy the show and you don't mind, spoiling the anime for yourself, because you will have spoilers because you're reading ahead. I would say
Obviously.
definitely, go ahead and start reading it. I mean, it's free, so there's no
It's
real
free
reason.
and it's just so easy to read in the Webtoon app, honestly.
It is you can read on the computer, you can read on your phone, you can read when you're in the bathroom, like read in bed. Like there's just
Right.
it's very, very easy to consume
Mm-hmm.
because of where it's at, and everybody kind of has a phone on them at all times.
And
And the
then there's
format
me
that it
who's
is.
gonna wait for the dub to be fully out there
Well-
for this first season at least.
And that's fair. The dub has started airing.
Right.
It is currently 2 episodes in. We're getting our 3rd this week. We're getting a new manhwa chapter tonight, which I'm excited for because
Manhwa? Who dat?
manhwa, it's Korean manga.
Oh, okay. So that's gotcha. Yep.
It's
Yeah, this isn't actually.
it's interesting. So like the way that it's labeled depending on like what region it's from is different. So manhwa is Korean, manga is Japanese, like manfra is French. Like it's a weird
like
one,
French
but-
anime, or is it
it's
French manga?
French
Yes,
manga.
Okay.
they took a lot of inspiration from Pacific artists of French stuff. What's the super famous one? Mobius, I think is it. Like he, it's a big artist. I don't think they're around anymore. Huge influence on a lot of people in different genres.
But there's a lot of people that have been doing a lot of stuff all around the world. Like we have U.S. artists who draw in these styles. We have artists from plenty of other places that also draw in these styles. So you get
So
to see a
they
big
need something
variety.
to call it from different people. So
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still definitely enjoying Tower of God and reading it, and I'm glad that I'm convincing more people to do so, because the more people that I can talk to about it, the happier I will be.
But yeah, it's a good read.
time.
Like if you like comic books, and you watch the first couple episodes of Tower of God, you'll like the manga. It's and free, so it's go enjoy a comic that has like hundreds of comics to it that are free to read. So
Webtoon as an app has a lot of content, and currently Webtoon and Crunchyroll have entered into an agreement, and they're starting to make that content. So Tower of God being the first show, we have God of High School coming out next month. We have Noblesse, which is also getting an anime adaptation, and all of these are just webtoons that nobody's adapted.
yet no one's adapted yet. Considering how well Tower of God is going over, I think if they go through and kind of cherry pick the best stuff, which I can 100% see them doing, we're gonna see a lot more of this stuff coming, and I'm not sad about that, like, at all. So
No, well, so here's the thing: is manhwas and webtoon is so much untapped potential, and Tower of God is obviously the perfect example of this because it is the first show from a webtoon that's being developed that's not just straight from a manga, and it has completely blown everything else out of the water this season. It's the most popular show, the most talked about show. There's a bunch of memes from it. So many people are downloading the Webtoon app and starting reading from the beginning and going all the way, like more than I've seen for a lot of other shows, save for maybe like My Hero and Demon Slayer.
So Tower of God is basically it's popping off. So
It's popping
Yeah.
off, and it's been the perfect proof of concept for them as well.
yeah, it's a great perfect concept, and it even benefits them, like the webtoon themselves, even more because their app thing like is going to have ads, right? So
Yeah.
like more people looking at it means more revenue just straight from the fact that you have advertisements.
Yeah,
Which is-
no, and they're killing it. Like the show is doing so incredibly well. It's like it's crazy, and I'm super happy because it gives me guaranteed more Tower of God content. Hopefully,
Yay.
they They haven't confirmed season 2 yet, but I think at this point they'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, we are gonna get a season.
Just because it is an original show. A lot of shows will be made so that they sell light novel content or manga content. Never forget Keijo, the show that existed for one season just to sell light novels and manga, and it didn't do that, so Keijo got canceled.
Happens.
Yeah, it's really tragic. But this is a show that, for all intents and purposes, it's free to read. You just can't read the last 3 chapters. It's making Webtoon and Crunchyroll money hand over fist in marketing and products. So I really, really, really hope that they continue to do it, that they serialize this show, that they make it larger, because, oh man.
What kind of cereal? You like a Fruit Loops? Cocoa
Cinnamon
Pebbles?
Toast Crunch, really.
I am mega down. Yep. But I don't think you'll ever beat Fruity Pebbles for me. I fucking love those things.
See, but the problem with Fruity Pebbles is that you can enjoy it for a solid 30 seconds before the rest of it's garbage.
Nah, I disagree. You think because it gets soggy? Hey, I don't even need a minute. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, we've heard that complaint.
Yeah, that was the joke.
This is how I die.
Or was it a sigh of relief? Yeah.
Now I can go to sleep. That's basically what she said. Yep. That's the joke.
Oof.
You're welcome, chat.
Aside from that, we have a ton of video game stuff coming out this week.
Wait. Oh,
Do
yeah, we
we?
do.
Oh, hey, can I talk about the anime news that was good and then bad, and then now I'm gonna hurt someone because it happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was an article that went out this week that was JoJo's Part 6 confirmed. It said they had confirmation from David Production, and then that they were getting a 6th season, or a 5th season, Part 6. And then David Production's like, we haven't confirmed that yet. So whoever the journalist was that wrote that article, I need someone's head on my desk.
That's illegal. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
For legal reasons, that is a joke, but for the journalist that's watching this, I know where you live.
No, he doesn't.
I actually don't. That'd be actually
But
really
if he
creepy.
does, he's small.
Yeah.
He can't take you.
What?
I said,
But if I did know.
Yeah, if
Oh,
he does,
man.
it doesn't matter. If he's too small, he can't take you.
I do not really have the physical strength to beat somebody up like that. He is true.
Okay. I will help you, Comfy. I'm just kidding. For legal reasons.
For legal reasons, that is a joke. He will not help me find somebody's house.
And murder
That'd be
them.
crazy. Yes. For legal reasons.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for video games, we got Minecraft Dungeon coming out Tuesday, as well as the new Greymore expansion for ESO. And then Wednesday, we have the Phantasy Star Online 2 hitting PC. Is that also hitting Xbox at the same time, or is it already on Xbox?
It's already on Xbox. It has been for about a month at this point.
Got it. Okay.
So PC is.
There are, I know some people have been interested in doing, some people were going to play on Xbox and then transfer their save files over. I, for one, that's Roman numerals, but I personally didn't really care that much. I'm going to be waiting until it's out on PC, and then I'm going to hop in and give it the good old college try.
I'll probably try it too. I know a lot of the community will be into it, so I'm going to give it a shot.
I know a lot of people have been having a lot of fun with it.
Right. Also, me am the big sad about Minecraft Dungeons not having crossplay at launch. Actually very disappointed by that, because Microsoft's whole MO lately has been PC and Xbox crossplay, and it seemed like a no-brainer for Minecraft Dungeons to have it, but it's not going to. But they're going to add it later. We don't really know any idea how long that's going to take.
I would expect it pretty quickly,
We'll
to
see.
be honest, but it is not there on launch yet,
I'm
which is
gonna
This is a noof. Like, that's a noof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until
I
they.
would like it.
I'm gonna wait until they do the crossplay so I can play with my wife. So.
Yeah, not a bad play.
And then Phantasy Star Online, I believe, has crossplay on launch.
I
No.
think
I can't be quoted on that because I don't know, so I'm not going to.
I have not checked. I have not been
Okay.
concerned whether it
Right.
does or not. Because I'll be playing on PC and I don't own an Xbox, and the people I do know who own Xboxes will be playing it on PC anyways. Cause why wouldn't you?
Has higher frame rates and FOV sliders and other basic quality of life stuff that doesn't exist on console for some reason.
Better graphics, like even a game that is, because Phantasy isn't new,
Right.
is gonna have better graphics on PC than an Xbox, right? So
Yeah, and even then, it's an MMO. Like, it's not going to be breaking the bank on your graphics card. I guarantee it. No
Again-
MMO ever has done that.
Again, I'd like it to be crossplay though because my wife likes her Xbox and not PCs.
Yeah, no, that's
She's
totally reasonable.
played MMOs with me in the past. I feel like this one might be too wee before, but she played Final Fantasy 14 for months with me. So
I mean, this one is the weebiest you can get so far from MMOs.
got
I think
it.
that we can get even weebier later with the game that I am forcing everyone to play.
Which game is that?
Waifuopoly.
Oh yeah,
Well, I mean,
we're gonna be
there's-
playing that after the podcast today.
Oh, I mean, there is full on like that looks like an anime MMO is coming out. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'll forcing Comfy to play those with me. You know, forcing with quotation marks because
Right. No, you guys will force me to join you though. That's actually
you'll probably want to join anyways. The MMO reviewer that I watch has basically called it probably the best MMO that's going to be on the market if it comes over with a proper translation.
Okay. All right. I mean, I do like
Blue
MMOs stuff.
Protocol?
So
Yeah, Blue
Or-
Protocol.
Okay, yeah.
And it is full, like it's an action MMO where it is. You know how ESO is action, but a lot of it you're kind of standing in place.
yeah.
This is full on action, like it's
Okay.
full on like action game combat.
All right. Like
That's the thing
anytime that
kills
there's a
me most of the time with MMOs is boring ass combat.
right. Anytime there's a free to play MMO that I have at least a couple friends, they're like, "Hey, come play it with me." I'll probably try it.
Yeah, it's hard not to try something when it's free.
Yeah, 100%.
We had the launch of Crucible.
Oh yeah, that.
That's it's a game.
Did you like
It's
it,
a
Comfy?
game. So okay, here is my full unabridged opinion on it. I think that the game is very pretty. I think that they have something there. I think it currently doesn't work, won't work unless they fix something, because currently there are 3 characters you can play that matter, and everyone else is worthless or secondary. The
See,
melee is
I
way
didn't.
too powerful.
I didn't play it deep or enough to or pay attention to gain that kind of thoughts on it. But I don't like how it's. I feel like it would have been better off actually having like the whole lane system like you get in a lot of MOBAs.
Yeah, one of the points that I had been making is I feel like they don't know what exactly they want
Right.
from it.
Right.
Because if they had committed hard to it's a MOBA, we're doing MOBA things, like you're fuck you, you have to get in lanes. Like
Towers,
if they
yeah.
committed hard to that, that'd be fine.
I
if
would
they
probably like
or
the
if they
game
committed
more.
hard to the like Evolve world, because I've been saying this map that they have feels very much like the Evolve maps.
Kinda. Yeah, I can see that. I never played Evolve, but I know enough about it to kind of, you know.
Well, Evolve had a lot of issues with it, but one of the things that it did really well was when you started combat with the monster, you had your 4 people and you're fighting the monster. You start the combat and you shrink the zone that you're fighting in immediately so that the monster can't get out, and you are forced to engage until the timer is up. And they need some level of character like that can force engagements, because as of right now, if you're shooting any guns, it's a pea shooter and it doesn't do anything, and you need to just shoot 3 times and run away and then disappear from combat. Or if you're playing a melee character, you're just a tank and you run through the entire world blowing everything up. So
Yeah, the axe guy, the flamethrower girl are insanely powerful.
and the girl with the sword and the pistol as well, because she can slow you and then run up and hit you with the sword and just beat you to death with it. and you're just gone. Like,
Yeah, I liked her.
I played her on my first game, and my damage numbers were twice the rest of my team. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, I saw, like, I've seen
was
multiple
not
people
doing
playing
particularly
where
well.
they play as the Axe guy and they're like 3v1ing people on the other team. It's real dumb.
It's ridiculous. And is the game fun? Like, yeah, and
Yeah.
there's something there. It has potential, but it needs a lot of balancing before I feel like really comfortable going, yeah, this is a good game.
Yep.
And
I think they need to
that's
do
fine.
it quick because
People are going to lose interest so fast,
The interest is
don't have
already
interest.
gone.
pretty much.
and we've also had, issues with similar games in the past where things weren't fixed quick enough for people. I'm looking at Gigantic and I'm looking at Paragon.
Never
and
played Gigantic.
I like those games, right? Those games are fun. Paragon, especially on console, was quite a lot of fun. I found, but
I've heard really, really good things about Paragon. I make fun of it because it like flopped, but I've heard nothing but actually really good things from the people who played it.
they tried so hard to make it work. They've tried so many different systems and things like that. They just could not find that balance for things. And then, of course, they had to pull the plug because they needed to put the resources of the studio elsewhere because other things were popping off for them. So they're like,
Right.
yeah,
Namely Fortnite. And if you want to blame Fortnite for killing anything,
if you want to blame Fortnite for doing anything, you can 100% blame it for killing Paragon. Because it did.
Paragon was definitely not doing well in the first place, but that was kind of their listen, guys, it's great and you're having a lot of fun and we see that this is working really well for you, but unfortunately we're going to need all hands on deck for this moneymaker that is funding college for literally everyone in the entire country right now. So please help.
So, it is what it is. Like, they did something that was unexpected and super cool as well. They put out all the assets from Paragon into public use.
That is one of my favorite things I've seen them do. The fact that they just came out and were like, you know what? Here you go, guys. Every asset that we have made, every character, every weapon, every texture, every material, every model, you can use it for free with Unreal. Make what you want to make.
Yeah,
and
here's all the animation, everything. Which is insane because of how much that shit costs.
Oh yeah, like myself and Mondays have been looking at using Unreal recently for personal projects and stuff, and this is going to fall on so many deaf ears and so much preaching to the chorus at the same time. People hate Epic for a lot of reasons. Man, they are so creator friendly. It is insane, because if you don't know what the deal is with Unreal Engine, if you download it to make stuff with it, you can download it for free. You can get a creator's license for free and make whatever you want with it, post it, whatever. And then if you want to make money off of it, you can download it for free, get a business license for free, and you don't pay any royalties until you make over $1 million, like in revenue. $1 million in gross revenue. The amount of people that hit that is
minuscule. It's
astoundingly low.
Yeah, they're basically saying, unless you are a AAA studio, you can use this product that we make for free.
Yes, which is amazing, because do you know how many people like want to make games but they don't have access to a good engine and they can't make something with it because the only thing they can use is like Unity? Like, that's not to say Unity's bad. It's just very basic.
Pretty sure you just said Unity's bad.
I did, yes. Unity.
In comparison to Unreal, yeah, Unity is bad.
Unreal is leagues ahead, and we talked about the Unreal 5 demo like a couple weeks ago. That is, this is technology they're giving away for free to us to use to make whatever we want, and that's super cool.
So clearly, we're going to use that to make Waifu the fighting game.
You say that like we're not already planning on it. Did you not check the Discord?
You say that like that doesn't actually exist.
What? Which Discord?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Because I can give you a link to a game on Steam that is Waifu the fighting game where clothes get destroyed as you fight.
I have seen that. It's Doom Eternal, right?
Oh my god, that sounds hilariously bad.
Like, if you're looking for the link, anybody who's listening to this and has access to Shark's Discord, it's in the meme game channel. So go right ahead.
Got it. So
It's a time.
yeah, great time. So yeah, that's kind of the big news. What are you guys gonna be working on in the future? Soon time, you know. It's the last time we might talk to, or might be the last time to talk at all, but you know.
Yeah, I've been starting up a couple of things. As you can see, I have my Minecraft server that I'm working on with a couple of cool boys. We are currently, it's completely unrelated to this, trying to work on making a podcast happen. So that's fun.
Who are you doing that with, by the way? Or is that a solo thing?
It's myself, Cinda, and Mondays. We're talking about we were hanging out and talking about anime a lot, and we were like, why don't we start recording this, because we're doing it anyways every single night for like 4 hours.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So we're discussing that, trying to make that a thing.
Plus,
working on other projects with that.
Comfy can hopefully be able to sit in his own living room with them and record there.
Yes, because one of the other things is we built up an actual plan to get me to move out of my house and across the entire country.
To the
I just
Wang.
need what?
To the Wang.
Yeah, to the Wang.
Comfy will be the next Florida man.
I will. But so currently I'm doing DoorDash and I'm doing Instacart, trying to make money, and I'm trying to stream more on Twitch as well. So trying to raise money so that I can move out, get into a better place for me mentally, physically, and emotionally, and then I will be around friends that I care about, and we can make some cool stuff and hang out and have a good time.
And
So,
Paul will stop going slowly insane.
Yeah, Paul has been going slowly insane, and it's great. I am there for his deep dive into madness, so I'll take pictures. I'll be the cameraman for the vlog.
Like, I laugh, but he is literally going slowly insane with this whole he has to be at home all the time thing.
Dude, I'm so incredibly aware. Luckily, right now he has his sister taking care of him. So.
Yes. Yeah, I gotta see how he's feeling. For those who don't know, Mondays or Paul had his wisdom teeth taken out all once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday. So
he is doing remarkably well. He's had very little to no swelling. He's been taking his meds like a good boy. I've been in video calls with him. He looks well. It's funny to try to make him laugh because then he just chuckles in pain emotionlessly.
That sucks.
It really does.
You guys are mean to make him laugh. How dare you?
I try to make everyone laugh all the time.
The worst thing to do is to get dry socket when you're.
Yeah.
Because I had that happen to me when I had one of mine taken out. And for those of you who don't know what it is, so when you have your wisdom teeth taken out, of course, there's a hole because your tooth used to be there.
Yep.
Yep.
So wisdom teeth, though, are so deeply rooted that the hole, if there's no scab that forms over top of it, it's exposed bone. Bone exposed to the air is insanely painful. Your body does not like this at all. And in case of your teeth, it's called dry socket. So I had that happen. So basically, you have to go back to a dentist, and they have to stab you in the hole until you start bleeding.
Stick a syringe in there.
Yeah, they have to clean it out, disinfect it, and then stab you to get blood flowing, so it'll, form an actual, scab, so a plug, so to stop it from happening until the thing heals. It is an unpleasant situation.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Did you see that?
What did you do?
Okay, so peeling back the curtain a little bit. I've been playing Minecraft.
Did you dig straight down?
No, so we found a desert temple. The Tim, who's on the server with me right now, found a desert temple. If you don't know how desert temples work in Minecraft, there's basically a really deep hole, and then at the bottom of it there is a there are 4 chests with a bunch of really good gear and a pressure plate in the middle that's connected to like 20 TNT. Tim here stood right next to the pressure plate, and then on the pressure plate, and then right next to the pressure plate again, and did not hear the sizzling, and then blew up a lot.
Got it. Okay.
So
what you're saying, and I assume you can hear me, is Tim, you suck.
Rude.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. It was very funny to see. You hate to see it sometimes, but also it's pretty good.
I hate to see it, but you love to see it happen.
I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go. You know?
Yep.
That sort of thing. Sorry for the derailing. I got a little I broke a little bit.
It happens. If there's one thing we're good at here, it's derailment.
Speaking of Minecraft, are you going to be trying it out the day it comes out?
I absolutely am. I'm very excited for it. I was a fan of Diablo, and I'm excited to spend some time in Minecraft dungeons and see how Diablo-y it is. I've been intentionally avoiding streams of people who have access to it and all that fun stuff. So,
all right, are you jumping on like first thing with it? Comes out?
Probably. I'm gonna need to figure out if my 2 boys in here want to squad with me, because we were talking about it. So, but I will definitely be playing.
Good thing it's up to 4 people.
Yeah, it is.
So that means I can come and play with you.
I am completely open to that, and you're totally welcome. I just don't want to. I don't want to exclude anybody, because you know me.
Well, Dale, but he's waiting for the crossplay thing.
Yeah.
I do hope that's pretty quick for you, though, Dale.
Yeah. I mean, if
it's one of those games that work really well with crossplay.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't know if I,
or at least cross save. Like,
I don't have an Xbox, so that wouldn't help me.
Yeah.
I have no intention of buying an Xbox either.
Might help too for a lot of people, though. Having cross save might help a lot of people with it, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have enough friends that have been enjoying it and want me to play with them, I might be convinced to play it on PC without her. But for the most part, I'd like to just wait for the crossplay.
I mean, it's also like waiting to share that experience with your significant other is not a bad idea at all.
Right, because we played Diablo 3 together on PS4, and we've played so much Minecraft together, so it seems like a no-brainer. Fallout 76 also felt like a no-brainer, though. So,
well, to be fair, I've heard Fallout 76 is in a really good place right now.
I played it and I shut it off after a couple hours because, like, it's still got too many bugs that I just do not care. It used to be cute when it was like, oh, it's a Bethesda game. They're always buggy. I'd stop it. No.
Yeah, that is
like, I'm not here to say everything has to be perfect and everything cannot be buggy at all. But Bethesda literally has a community known for fixing all of their bugs. And it's not fun anymore.
It's a hard sell for Bethesda games because it's the bugs, right? Like, you know what they are. They have goddamn names that are known to the public.
Yeah.
So I don't, blame you there. The other thing that came out on Epic Store would be Maneater.
Yes, Maneater. I was there when that game was announced. I remember it.
I remember when they announced this, and nobody cared, and people were like, oh, that's stupid. And now you have people like Professor Broman saying it's his game of the year so far.
I've watched 3 separate streamers that I usually don't watch play new games because I watch like Broman for a lot of different content, but I usually don't tune in when he plays games that just come out. I watch Brown Man for a lot of like just meme content.
Yep.
I watched a bunch of people play this. All of them were having a great time. All of them were like, this is stupid and great.
Yes. And Kevin's going to be playing with his wife. I think.
Yes.
Wait,
I'm
is that
very
co-op?
excited for that. It's gonna be very entertaining.
I don't think so. I think they're just playing together.
Ah, okay, gotcha,
They're gonna be playing tonight. They were gonna do it yesterday, but they had to push it back.
gotcha.
It is 100% a, as it's been called, a shark PG.
Nice.
It's an RPG where you are playing a shark.
Right.
There are, various upgrades you can put on your shark for your head, your fins, your body.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. There was like an electric shark where it was just like.
Yeah, and you go through and upgrade them, and you can mix and match abilities together. There's set bonuses even.
It's wild, apparently.
Yeah, there's like a ton of collectibles. The whole thing is narrated by Chris Parnell.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, I love Chris Parnell.
So for those who don't recognize his name, if you watch a lot of cartoons or things that have voice actors, you know who he is. Like if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, for example, that's Jerry.
He's Jerry in Archer. He's Cyril.
Yep.
Got it.
He's the same character in every single show.
That sounds hilarious.
Great.
The voiceover, because it's just sarcastic comedy the whole time, is fucking great.
All right, you're really selling me on this game, actually.
I was already pretty sold on it. The Chris Parnell thing, that gets me. Like,
and it's it has a whole story. It took Ben, I think, 2 days to play through it, so there's a good bit of content. There's a ton of collectible stuff. You can upgrade different things like that. So, and it's not like a $60, $70 game either. It's a $40 game. If you picked up the free game from Epic, you got a coupon with it, so it actually knocks the price down to like $30. Which is nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't, and I think it's still available, Civilization is available on the Epic Store.
Oh, the Epic has started doing a weekly free game.
Yes. Civ is like the Civ games are great. This is like the newest one, and it's still it's like a $70, $80 game. I think it's $80 in Canada.
I copped it for free, and I'm gonna play it soon enough.
If you're curious, go pick it up. Like, it's free.
Yep.
So if you like strategy games, like, that's a really good one. They're known to be good for a reason. So
yep, I play a pretty good amount of strategy games. So yeah, I picked it up for sure.
Otherwise, in video game stuff, aside from the stuff coming this week,
well, speaking of glitches, oh man, there definitely weren't any glitches this week in the games.
Oh yeah,
that's other news. So the only other stuff coming out, before we dive into that topic, there's a bunch of stuff coming out for Switch within like the next week. So like XCOM 2, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Borderlands Legendary Collection,
all the 2K stuff,
collection. Yeah, all that stuff's coming out for Switch. So if you're looking for something new to play on Switch, there's going to be a bunch of stuff there as well.
Hey, team, guys, if you haven't played through BioShock, go get it on the Switch. I guarantee it'll be worth it. It'll be great. BioShock is an incredible series, and playing it on the Switch will be super cool because it's just going to be super easy.
Yeah.
Like, they don't take a lot to run, but they're so good.
I'm super glad, kind of mad that like ESO is not on the Switch with cross save, because
it'd be dangerous.
It's like, I don't want to sit in the office anymore. I'm gonna play ESO in bed. Like, that would not be.
It was pretty dangerous for me for a while with Animal Crossing. Where I was just going all over the place and constantly playing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is a great game to travel around with. Like,
it's so just easy.
Like, it's a very chill game. It's super easy to pick up and put down at the same time if you need to put it down for whatever reason. If you're at somewhere, like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna get killed by a monster or anything like that. You can just go, okay, I'll just leave myself in this menu for a minute and just go do whatever the fuck you have to do, come back to it in a second. Like, it's
great.
Yeah. It's a very chill, easy, relaxing game. You can do lots of different things in it. You can play it super wholesome or play it the proper way. Like, so there's a lot to do.
Proper over here. The proper way. More like the copper way.
Ah, that's a good pun. So that was pretty fantastic. That's a good pun.
So, the elephant in the Destiny room.
The elephant in the Destiny community.
Yes.
So here I am trying so very hard. You might remember last week on the podcast, I was grinding Seraph Towers so that we could get the Lie quest done. I continued to grind Seraph Towers for 10 hours. It was a lovely enjoyable experience. I say that unsarcastically because it was hilarious, memeing with everybody. I also have the legend of probably the dumbest human being I've ever met now, who was playing Destiny. I will tell you the legend of Arrow in a minute.
Oh God.
So we finished the Seraph Towers. Everybody's hyped. We all go to Anna. We get it. We get the quest. Cool. Go to Vostok. Everything's going great. Everything's going well. We get the 1,000 shotgun kills. Get it done in about 10 minutes because I spawned at Shirochi and cheated. Get the quest from Rasputin. Start the quest, and suddenly I'm in a patrol on the moon. This doesn't seem right. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Relog. Doesn't. Bungie, we're getting reports of this not working. Let us know if you get it to work.
Oh God.
Nobody got it to work. The entire thing was glitched. It did not get fixed until Thursday morning. At which point they pushed out an update, fixed it. Fellwinter's Light Shotgun came out. We got the quest. We got the lore. Everybody was happy. Did you guys see what the issue was?
No.
Okay, so Bungie did not release the issue, but a data miner compared the code between the 2 days to see what the difference was.
Okay,
There were 2 bytes of code. 2 bytes that instead of spawning you into the mission instance, it accidentally spawned you into a patrol on the moon because it was written wrong. And because of the way it was written, it was non-reproducible on the Bungie internal servers.
So they wouldn't have noticed it.
So they couldn't tell that there was any issues. As far as they knew when they shipped it, it was fine. They said like on Monday when they were trying to figure it out, it's like, we can't reproduce the issue right now. That's the biggest like hurdle.
And that is a massive hurdle when you're trying to fix a problem.
And the thing is, everybody had the issue. Like, this was not some people are affected. This is not like, oh yeah, like it'll be done in this amount of time. Every single person was unable to get into this bunker on the moon and learn about Fellwinter's dad. But now we finally did. It's done. Man, you saw the dark side of the Destiny community during that one, and I'm not proud of them at all.
Yeah,
People screaming bloody murder from right after the towers were finished. They're like, I can't believe this is fucking broke. Why don't they fix this right fucking now? It's like, because it's like fucking midnight on a Saturday.
The hot take. It was 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday night.
Yep.
Nobody's going to get out of their bed to work so that you can get a shotgun. Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
I think that if it didn't get data mined, it would have been better. All things considered, data mining is ruining this game.
Yeah, it really. It's been a massive issue since it came to PC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even before that, it was.
But before that, it was harder to data mine stuff, right?
Yeah. Now you can get all the API.
Now
files.
they're right on the API files, so which they couldn't really do before. They kind of had to data mine the site to try to pull out info, and they wouldn't really be sure if something was like going to go live or not. Now it's a little easier to tell, so it's a big problem. It's one of the problems that PC brought to the game. I like the fact Destiny's on PC, but it brought a host of issues that did not exist on console and would not exist on console.
Yeah, it's.
Is that him coming back?
Hello? It's his phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're trying to make it work. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know
Dude,
why
you're
everything's
fine.
going so bad.
You're all right.
That's true.
Do you want to just wrap this with with you just on the phone?
Yeah, I was going to suggest the same thing. Just there's nothing we can really do about it. I wish I could. I wish that it was working right now, but my internet is just.
I can see you, by the way.
You can see me? Okay.
Okay.
Well, so let's
Here.
Oh, there it is.
We can go.
Okay, yeah, okay. So is there anything else big that you wanted to touch on?
Destiny community being shitty.
Yeah, it's really it makes me sad because like it really makes me not want to play the game right now because like
I haven't played it in weeks. I don't feel bad about it.
yeah, like when I'm not super into the game and then like the community is just being real shitty, I'm like, oh, that's why I don't really want to play it right now. As well as the lack of content is one thing, but then when like you look back at the game and go, should I play this now? And everybody's just being a toxic shitlord. You're like, no.
It's like, I don't really want to play this now because I don't want to deal with these people possibly coming into a chat where I'm at.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of streamers who are massive Destiny people who are like, it's like, I don't want to be involved in this right now. And I don't blame a single one of them for it at all because... like, who wants to deal with this on that regular of a basis? Like,
yeah, not a lot of people want to deal with shit like that.
No, no one wants to, you're trying to play a game and have fun with your community and then have people come in screaming about something that nobody controls, nobody has the answers to because it's a coding problem. And
it was a coding problem that didn't show up on their servers and they couldn't replicate.
Yeah, which means it's a coding problem that's incredibly difficult to fix because to fix a error in a video game or any type of code, you need to be able to replicate it.
Yeah, it's like that's how it works. That's how all of this works. That's how everything works. If you don't know that you need to fix something, you're not going to try to fix it.
Right.
That's like there's no indication it was broken for them. So
and the amount of, oh my God, I didn't realize that the Destiny community is just the Karens of the internet. Like the level of entitlement of I need it now and all of that. There is a lot of entitlement. It's not okay. It doesn't
like, and it's
people because I was playing with Felwinter's Lie, and people would come in and be like, hey, so I see that this gun is out now, and it looks cool. Should I come back into the game right now? And I told them bold-faced, like, I'm having a great time. It's not good right now.
Right.
If I told you it was, I would be lying to you, and I'm not gonna lie to you to try to boost the popularity of this game. Like, it's not great right now.
Right.
I wish it was.
There's not a lot to do. There's a new season coming at some point soonish.
2 weeks.
We don't know anything about it. We
know we're getting. So here's the thing: we're getting a new season 2 weeks from Tuesday. So this week we're going to get something that is passive and some non-confirmations and stuff like that. Next week we're going to get information and a vidoc, and then the week after that we actually get the season launch. If this season doesn't pull people back in and prepare people for the fall, then I think Destiny might be done very soon.
Yeah, they
until they do a Destiny 3, maybe. Yeah.
There is not a Destiny 3 in the works right now.
Oof.
There is not. They've confirmed
they're currently not deving for it. Allegedly all assets that were being devved for Destiny 3 back when they were under Activision have been reworked to be a part of Destiny 2.
Oh, okay.
Because launching a full AAA title is very expensive.
Yeah.
Not only expensive, but it also, one of the big issues with Destiny 3 is it would invalidate a lot of Destiny 2 because of what you can and can't carry forward, et cetera, et cetera. Bungie allegedly never even wanted to make a Destiny 2. They just wanted to carry on Destiny 1, but Activision and contracts have different plans.
Yeah.
So
I could actually see that being the case too, because that way
they want an evolving world, and
all the old content stays in, right? You just build upon it. It creates a problem for consoles eventually, but that's more of a console lifespan thing than a
I just want to point out the funniest thing is we're talking about like that can be a problem for consoles with like reading stuff incorrect, like taking too long to read stuff because there's too many files or taking up too much hard drive space. Destiny on consoles is what, like 80 gigs right now? Probably. That's like a fair guess.
I have no idea.
Somewhere around there at least. Yeah,
Warzone's like 200.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like, holy crap. I love Warzone. It's the best BR on the market in my opinion. And oh my God, it is so big. It is a thick boy.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's a little too big, to be honest.
It's really, really big.
I guess so.
It is on
French.
my PS4 and it's taking up so much
Yeah.
space. Like,
And it doesn't need to be that large either, is either. So.
no, it really doesn't, especially because Warzone is a part of Modern Warfare. It's not all of it, but you still have to have like over 100 gigs of files just to play it.
Yep.
It's so uncompressed and so rough. But hey,
And the thing is, console restrictions in terms of what they can and cannot hold in terms of, file size is not something that a game company, should limit themselves to with every single title. Like, that's just the way it is. Like if you're on, say, a PS4 and the PS5 comes out and new games start releasing for it, and they're like, oh, is this going to come to this? No, it shouldn't. Like, because they're probably going to have to limit the game in some way or redevelop certain aspects to make it fit on your console, where they don't have to do that for these other ones, right? Like,
yeah,
stuff goes obsolete. That's kind of the thing. Like, and it's not just a console issue. It happens to PCs as well.
Yeah.
Like, stuff goes obsolete eventually.
That's why you get new graphics cards every year or two, or even sooner.
Oh man, it's a fun time. Got to get a new graphics card.
Yeah, especially when you don't really need to, actually, but it's still fun.
Buying a new graphics card is always fun and not at all terrifying when you have to plug it in and you realize, wow, this is really, really thick. I sure hope I don't break my motherboard by using this.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy support braces for them.
You can. I actually should get one for mine because it's
so thick.
Is it dummy thick?
It is dummy thick. The clap of its internal fans keeps alerting my router. So.
All right. So yeah, that seems.
I think
I think we did it. We will keep you guys posted. We like we talked about in the beginning. We're hoping to recoup and come back with a change up on how we're doing some things. We don't have any sort of ETA, so we'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, we're going to keep doing our thing. We're all going to be continuing doing our content like we always do. Me and Comfy will be streaming and doing all that fun stuff. Copper will be doing his graphics design stuff. He's got all kinds of fun. So much work. My name's Copper and I'm successful. All right.
I got to remember to poke Cheese. I dropped in Cheese's stream the other day and he said he wanted to talk to me about something. So
dude,
sounds pretty cheesy.
Okay, really quick. Did you see the Cheese and T-Pain?
Yes.
Stream?
Yeah.
Oh my. Holy crap. So Paul, Cinda, and I tuned into the last bit of that. I was dying. It was like midnight, and you just hear T-Pain egging him on for an hour and a half. It was so good. Oh. It was all right. But
That's funny.
we have some games we need to play.
Yes. So, all right. But yeah. Where can people find everybody? Just, one last time.
Well, for the last time, for now,
at least,
you can find me at mixer.com/Comfamous, where I'm going to be, you can find me at twitch.tv/Comfamous as well, where I'm going to be streaming in about 10 to 20 minutes once I get it reset up, because internet might not have as many issues. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Comfamous, where I have recently been posting not only updates, but videos of me playing balloons and other things.
Nice.
And now, if you want to know who does all the cool stuff that makes my stuff look good, you can find him at where, Copper?
Copperline Art and Copperline Designs. Also copperlinedesigns.com. I am always taking clients, though be aware that if you are booking anything, it is like after June right now. So that's the thing. But if you're looking at anything, drop me a line.
Cool.
And Dale, where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Mr. Vengeance TV. That's where we stream most days. Twitter and Instagram is Mr. Vengeance TV as well. I'm posting some like video game stuff on the Twitter. I've been doing some Instagram stuff with the wood shop I've been working on. I'm hoping to actually start having some actual projects to show up there soon enough.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. It's a work in progress to get everything set up to a point where I have solid workflow. I'm hoping I'll get there soon. And then I can start knocking out projects.
Can you make a giant buster sword out of wood?
That would be very heavy. But one of the first projects I want to do for myself is I want to build one of those like caddies for my Go XLR and Stream Deck. That's all angled and stuff.
So to answer your question, Compy, yeah, you could build one out of wood.
It would be very heavy. Unless you engineer it in a way that it's like hollow, which is doable. And I've seen people do it that way, but that would be a lot to do.
It's not as bad as you would think, but it is a little bit of extra work for sure.
I've seen, I've seen how they do it, and I know how to kind of sort of maybe like start to approach it, but I think that's not something I'm going to start anytime soon. But yeah, I'm hoping to have some cool projects to share soon. I have ideas for some cool stuff. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the not too distant future, hopefully. But if not, it's been a fun time. And we'll call it there. Thanks for hanging out, listening to 2.5 Weebs. It's been a time.
For your support.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a wonderful journey.
Mm-hmm. Have good days. Bye.